can't believe people play with people's intelligence the way they play with people's intelligence and intellect. You know, the way they do today. You know, people are telling lies for a living. You know what I mean? They actually lying to y'all for a living, but
Prince called 50 a complete hypocrite, saying that if Big Meech is a snitch, then 50 is basically a cop. Ouch.
You know what's a sucker to me? A sucker is a who pick who he fight with.
Right.
Like if you sitting and you I'm not going because this.
I won't fuck with him, but I with this.
Right. Yeah, I think I can take him.
Right.
You want to fight you think you can beat.
And I called Jay Prince in the mouth. I'm saying,
You didn't say nothing to whack. So when you come talking to me, I feel like you're very selective. This is exactly what I meant last week when I was talking about street is being selective.
So Jay Prince is allegedly sending threats to 50 Cent for dissing Big Meech and saying he might do something if 50 keeps calling me a rat. Now you all know 50 doesn't just go quiet when someone throws shade his way, and this time it looks like Jay Prince might have poked the wrong bear. See, there are so many layers to this, and Jay Prince's history doesn't exactly help his case. His name has been attached to all types of shady business, from extortion rumors, sketchy dice games, and even claims that he and his son were allegedly involved in Takeoff's death, and that means if 50 decides to go all in and expose Jay Prince's dirty laundry, he will have a whole lot to work with. In fact, 50 has now seemingly responded to Jay Prince's rumored threats on IG, and he's reminding everybody just how he gets down when someone tries to play him, but is Jay Prince even jumping? To Big Meech's defense, how exactly did he threaten 50, and is he making a huge mistake by going after the pettiest man in the industry? Let's break this down.
I'm gonna answer a few of y'all questions, then I'm gonna have to go about my business. You can see I'm just relaxing, letting God's air blow on my face in a sucker-free environment.
In case you were wondering, 50 Cent is still putting pressure on Big Meech over those accusations of snitching. 50 isn't backing down from Meech, but he's not the only one making fun of him these days. Recently, Top 5 took to social media to condemn the former Kingpin for slipping into his DMs in a video, calling him a rat and tagging 50 to intervene. He said, "Come, 50 Cent, get this fake 60-year-old Kingpin out of my DMs before I crash. Out, onk or big screech." Of course, 50 quickly reacted and took advantage of the opportunity to troll Big Meech some more, resharing the Top 5 video and captioning it, "I think he wanted to borrow some money from you, gangsta. LOL." And while most of the industry is staying out of the mess, trying to avoid getting dragged into 50's beef with Big Meech, Jay Prince decided to insert himself into the drama when nobody asked him to. So some gossip blogs recently reported that Jay Prince has been throwing some shade on Instagram stories, calling out 50 for allegedly using Big Meech for clout. It seems like Jay Prince couldn't resist joining the conversation, even though he wasn't involved from the jump. And allegedly Jay Prince posted and then quickly deleted a message that read, "Big Meech was worth over 100 million before. He went to prison. 50Y used Meech's life to make money and gave him 5 million and now think he created the BMF brand." But that's not all, according to some insiders. Jay Prince is also pulling some sneaky moves behind the scenes and allegedly threatening to send his people on 50 to try to silence him. However, 50 isn't backing down. In fact, he just made clear that they can try all they want, but they'll never succeed in taking him down. 50Y posted a video from training day telling everyone that no matter what they throw at him, he's built for this and won't be intimidated. He wrote in the caption, "Get the message." Now fans are making fun of Jay Prince, claiming that he should stay in his lane because he doesn't want to be on 50's radar and draw attention to his own dubious reputation. In case you don't know, Jay Prince is the CEO and co-founder of Rap-A-Lot Records, one of Houston's most illustrious labels. Jay Prince likes to call himself the King of Houston and act like he owns the entire city. There's an unwritten rule that, when well-known rappers land in Houston, Jay Prince acts as their unofficial security detail, ensuring their safe arrival.
Maybe we need to change the word for the youngsters. The checking in part, you know, is they seem to get hung up on that word, checking in.
Yeah.
So if we could diversify that word and bring it up to a 2021 thing.
Right.
What's the word, OG? What's the word?
Maybe we may want to tell them they need to get connected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the proper word, connected, properly connected, or whatnot.
Yeah, they get tripped up on the semantics.
Yeah, they get stuck. I mean, right there you stuck. So then you stuck on stupid, right?
Yeah.
You're stuck on stupid, and you're not using your powers or access to powers that you have. You're looking at it as a negative versus a positive. You know, we all know if you can tap into good people wherever you go.
Wherever,
You know what I mean? It's a blessing, Rick.
Real talk.
You know what I mean? Who want to have access to power and not use it?
However, some people are not buying the whole Protection Act, and the streets are saying Jay Prince and his son Jazz might really be running a full-on extortion play. And if that wasn't shady enough, there's also been a lot of rumors about these dice games they host in Houston where artists allegedly get lined up for a quick come-up. These rumors got even louder after Takeoff's tragic death. However, Take wasn't the first to lose his life after one of Jazz Prince's infamous dice nights just a couple of months earlier. Chicago's Duke the Jeweler hit big walking away with 100K, but that win turned deadly. He was reportedly robbed and ambushed and gunned down before he even made it to his car. So after Takeoff's passing, many fans blamed Quo, saying he should have known better than to be around Jay Prince and the Mob Ties crew, especially after what went down with Duke the Jeweler just 2 months earlier. And with all the shady whispers surrounding the Prince family, people feel like Quo should have kept his distance now. As for the man accused of pulling the trigger, Patrick Xavier Clark has officially been indicted by a grand jury for Takeoffs. However, the trial date still hasn't been set, even though it's been almost 3 years since the crime happened. Now here's where it gets real shady. Literally, a day after his arrest, Patrick Xavier Clark managed to obtain a $1 million bond and was placed under house arrest. However, in November 2023, the rules abruptly changed, and Clark was no longer under house arrest, required to wear an ankle monitor, and only required to observe a curfew from 7:00 p.m. to 7:00 a.m. And that's not even the most outrageous part, according to court documents. Clark is prohibited from contacting any witnesses, victims, or Takeoff's family members, including Jay Prince Jr. Additionally, the court prohibited Clark from contacting Jay Prince Sr. in any way. As you are already aware, fans are scrutinizing the entire situation because it is incredibly strange how someone can go from being under house arrest to essentially living freely with only a curfew, and they are still refusing to set a trial date. Now, here's the most recent plot twist. Patrick Xavier Clark is standing 10 toes down on his innocence, and his lawyer Letitia Combs-Hollins recently told Rolling Stone that her client did not fire the shots that took Takeoff's life. But she didn't stop there. She also came for the investigators next, calling out the so-called evidence they're using against Clark. According to her, the video footage and ballistics they're pushing are not adding up. And when the trial finally kicks off, she's ready to tear their whole case apart. There was someone else who started the shooting. It was not Patrick Clark. Kenan Hollins told Rolling Stone he was in the same position that Takeoff was in. He was trying to get out of there alive as well. He didn't have anything to do with the argument that occurred. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time when people started firing weapons. Now going back to those rumors about Jay Prince setting up rappers with those dice games. Several industry figures have talked about this before, including Whack 100, who accused Jay Prince's son of running a loaded dice game scam on rappers who visit Houston.
Yo, so I had a dude call me, right? And that Junior been having some going on down there in Houston, bro. We got the media team in here. So it's an inside month. Yeah. Now this month, he's the one that's tied to the dude that makes the loaded dice. Right? Check the play out. All entertainers, when you go to Houston, stay away from Jay Prince Jr. There's a whole play going on. Here go the play right here. The play is a loaded dice. Now I'm gonna talk about something. Let me see if y'all catch up with them. Y'all catch up with them to what I'm saying. The entertainer invites him in. act like he's covering for him, hanging out, everything is cool. Let's go here, let's go there, let's go here, let's go there. He introduces the dice game. He got 3 right, who rotate the dice. Now these dice is loaded. To tell me it's a Wolf, Big Caprice, and watch this, and Little Cam are the loaded dice rotators, right? He said, what? There was a situation that occurred that a certain jeweler around and got past the dice on accident and was hitting all them for a couple hundred. They got irritated about that. I ain't gonna go too far into that story because, right, boom. The only way they could get their money back was however their money back. He said, but Lil Cam, Wolf, and Big Caprice are the 3 designated to say I'm up, I got the next, and they pass the dice to each other, but they loaded, but they shooting against them up whoever's in town, the entertainer. Right? They say Jay Prince Jr., he get 30% of whatever the take is.
Whack 100 further advised musicians to avoid participating in Jazz Prince's dice games, describing them as nothing more than a complete swindle. It was even hinted that Quo and Takeoff may have become involved in some dubious activity, which may have precipitated the entire incident that resulted in Takeoff's untimely death.
Lil Cam, Wolf, and Big Caprice. We know Lil Cam in there because I believe somehow, some way, he was caught up in the dice situation. Rest in peace, Takeoff. I don't know what's going on. But what I do know is this, Jay Prince Jr. got a whole thing that when y'all come into town, hold on, bro. Didn't they say 5th Ward earlier that day shooting dice?
Yep, that's a fact. That word been out, Whack. That word been out. We been had that memo.
And then, so I've been getting hit all day, and it got to the point at the thing with Quavo like, that is the dice. If you're a mother artist, entertainer, and you been down there to Houston with the hosting of Jay Prince Jr., and that it led you to a dice game, and you was getting hit for all your and you remember 3 by the name of Big Caprice, Wolf, or Lil Cam, y'all need to get on Jay Prince Jr. bumper because it was a lineup. Y'all need to holler at that because his people done told me inside. He said, what? We didn't want to give him the mother loaded dice.
Who goddamn Quavo was arguing with before he walked out?
I think the argument was about the dice.
Furthermore, 100 didn't stop with the Prince family. He also included Lil Bowie in the drama, accusing him of participating in the setup for the dice game that resulted in the death of Duke the jeweler.
Whack, that's the jeweler that got doing the Boosie dice game. Oh, yeah. So he was shooting against Boosie and he got past the loaded dice. So, his name was Duke the jeweler. They said Boosie set him up. Now your story makes more sense. He died with all his jewelry on. Lil Cam was shooting that night when Takeoff died too. They're saying DJ Pat Bullet was a bullet that Takeoff. Also, Cam was the one shooting dice, so he had to load the dice. Now, for Boosie, they must have switched the dice up. Either they was gonna have Boosie was supposed to have the loaded dice, and they must have switched it, gave it to the wrong.
Now, when Joss Prince was questioned about all of these claims, he swiftly shut it down and denied ever having met Duke the jeweler. He also maintained that his dice games had nothing to do with the Duke's or Takeoff's deaths, and dismissed the whole thing as mere gossip.
Can y'all elaborate on dice game when it's tied to y'all?
I know people were associating me with that Duke the jeweler situation because I went to LaBoosie pool party and he happened to be there and he happened to be standing on me. I mean, right next to me. The truth is, I never met him before. I had no idea who he is. I didn't even know he was a jeweler until after his passing. And then the night of that game isn't the night that he got leaving Boosie concert the next night because somebody tried to rob him. So, you know, the internet play internet games. But this is a situation with a dude that I didn't even know. I ain't know his name. I had no knowledge of him. I ain't know he was from Chicago. I ain't know he was a jeweler until social media started trying to point a finger because he was standing next to me, and it's just unfortunate that something transpired after another dice game, but neither incidents had anything to do with a dice game.
However, the allegations about Jay Prince and his shady dealings don't end there. His name has been tied to extortion rumors for years, but only recently has he been making major headlines for it. Take, for example, what went down in July 2020, when NBA YoungBoy got robbed in Houston, so allegedly Jay Prince's goons pulled up on YoungBoy's Airbnb, but they weren't just snatching random things, they took his icy chains and even the keys to his $350 000 Bentley, and instead of keeping it low-key, these dudes actually posted a video on social media showing them breaking in and posing with stolen goods, including a white Bentley, a white Rolls-Royce, and a white 2020 McLaren GT. And this is where things get even sketchier. The goons didn't just take NBA YoungBoy's stuff for fun, they also demanded a $30,000 ransom to get it back, making folks think this was just Jay Prince running another extortion play. And that's because Jay Prince actually hopped on Instagram to announce he had YoungBoy's chains and keys, and even invited him to come pick them.
Another little school while we was gone, I got a call, you know what I mean, because the little homie YoungBoy place got broke into. People went in his place, disrespected different things, and I got a call about it. And the little homies that went into this place want to make that right, because they understand that, you know what I mean, YoungBoy family is okay with me. And as you can see, homie, to make a long story short, I got your keys to your Rolls Royce, I got your keys to your McLaren, you know, all that they took, and the homie, Shakur, what you got, homie?
We got your Rolls Royce umbrellas, we got your keys, we got a bunch of other shit, so get in contact with us, bro. Get your shit back, man.
All good, waiting on you.
However, the young man saw through the shenanigans and believed that Jay Prince was only attempting to con him out of additional cash. He clapped back, calling Jay Prince a duplicitous person who uses check-in as a pretext to discredit musicians when they get in Houston.
Hey, I don't want no friends, I don't want no new relationships. All that pussy, hey, I don't respect none of that shit, man. If you got something for me, man, they got plenty of niggas around me you could call. Man, nigga, it's plenty ways you could get in touch with me. Man, don't get on no internet and do nothing publicly. Don't do nothing dealing with no publicity, none of that pussy and shit. And I'm good on no keys, gangster. When you buy shit cash, two keys come with the car anyway. Mind your business, man.
However, the youngster is not the only one who is fed up with Jay Prince and his shenanigans. Recently, Cameron and Ma also made fun of Prince, accusing him of lining up a young boy and allowing his protege Drake to be humiliated by Kendrick Lamar.
They said it exactly like you 60. You 60, what are you talking about? What are you, bro? I lost mad respect for you because I used to have mad respect for you. When you had Shakur with you, when you lined YoungBoy NBA up, why the f you got Shakur with you? And this is why he acting like that. This is exactly why he acting like that. Talking about you got YoungBoy NBA umbrellas and his keys to his car. YoungBoy NBA told y'all niggas, this is what he said. This is what YoungBoy NBA said. Wack 100 was the most disrespect. Wild disrespect. I ain't even gonna repeat the shit 100 said. Mad disrespect. Drake is beefing with Kendrick Lamar as we speak. I have not heard, this is the first time Drake got into some shit, and I hear you say shit to Kendrick Lamar now. Why do you think that you could tell us what we can and cannot say, man? Control your...
By the way, Cam and Ma's argument with Jay Prince began when Prince attempted to coerce them into renouncing their criticism of Shakur Stevenson, a New Jersey boxer who also happens to be under his management. Jay Prince wasn't having it, and turned to Instagram to send them a slick warning, urging them to fade all of Stevenson's shots and take all bets. Cam and Mace expressed their disapproval of Stevenson's recent world title defense on their platform. Numbers were written by Jay Prince. Don't let detractors tell you that he's uninteresting and that no one wants to watch him. I'm sorry to inform you, but this is only for a select few of you haters. As you can see, there is evidence that he has the highest ratings of any fight on ESPN this year. and the top 3 ratings since 2022. For those of you haters who wish to intensify your hatred outside of the ring, I manage Shaker's business outside of the ring, which is to say Cam and Mace. Despite the threats, Cam and Mace remained unaffected and kept calling out Jay Prince for acting like a street kid at his advanced age. I will fade all of his shots and take all of his bets.
And I'm gonna tell you another thing, when you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your lord. Like, the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little niggas. Like, for real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas, so we don't even respect big homies. I know doesn't, and for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. You would tell me, Mace, chill. No, chill for what? Who is this? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like, I want to respect you, but I can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if I got a lord, like the dudes that raised me, if I was out of pocket, they would tell me I'm out of pocket. They wouldn't let me put them on a crash out mission. They would say, yo, Mace, listen. Around here, we don't send us to do nothing for us. We don't pay to handle our problems. You gotta put in your own work around here, Lord, man. That's what you were supposed to tell them. You can't go out here and talk crazy and then send me on a mission. Nah, this is where the game got messed up, when young started sending old niggas out, and just cause this little ignorant got a few dollars, he make all of you that's supposed to be real run after his mission. This is a problem, Jay Prince, and I'm gonna tell you like this: if you're 60 years old and you're trying to be a street nigga, you failed. You failed.
Given how shady Jay Prince's reputation is, fans are now making fun of him for even considering going to 50C and getting involved in this Big Meech drama. They claim that Jay Prince already has far too much suspicious activity associated with his name to be out here starting a war with someone like 50, who has built his entire brand on exposing people. Let's just say that if 50 decides to drag Jay Prince, he will have a lot of material to work with, from the alleged extortion tactics to the dice game rumors and everything in between, and that he won't just expose Jay Prince, he will make a whole movie out of it. What do you think about Jay Prince entering this Big Meech drama and allegedly threatening 50? Do you think he's making a mistake, or does he have a point? Please leave a comment below and be sure to watch the following video.